Men who have sex with men are a group that is particularly at risk in the HIV epidemic. In some cities in Colombia, the prevalence of HIV cases in this group is 24% compared to 0.5% in the general Colombian population. The national HIV prevalence among men who have sex with men in Colombia is higher than in neighboring countries in South America. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals set the global policy agenda for 2030, including attaining good health for all. An important part of this is the aim to end the epidemic of AIDS by 2030. Every member state needs to engage in measures to achieve this ambitious goal, including Colombia. In order to reduce the burden posed by HIV on the population of men who have sex with men in Colombia, we have come up with a planned intervention. We have developed this intervention systematically according to the first 4 steps of the Precede-Proceed model. First, we assess the perceived needs and problems of the population. The impact of HIV infection is significant and can severely affect quality of life in multiple dimensions, physically, psychologically, and socially. The medication given to people who are HIV positive can have serious side effects and are associated with higher risks of certain cancers and cardiovascular diseases. Additionally, HIV infection can lead to the development of AIDS. The extrapolated total cost of HIV/AIDS for society is estimated to be $1.4 billion in Colombia in 2017. The mean annual cost per HIV patient is over $11,000, which is 40% higher than the average GDP per capita. There's also a difference in costs between different regions in Colombia, leading up to a difference of almost $10,000 in total treatment costs. In our next step, we performed an epidemiological assessment of the health problem and specified the determinants of the health problem. In South America, the average HIV prevalence is 0.4%, an estimated 1.8 million people. For men who have sex with men, this is almost 15%. Also in Colombia, men who have sex with men is a group which is at higher risk of contracting HIV. The overall prevalence of HIV in Colombian men who have sex with men is around 17%, compared to 0.5% in the general population. The HIV prevalence is especially high in larger cities, up to 24%. A possible risk factor for HIV infection is HIV status. According to UNAIDS, 26% of men who have sex with men is aware of their status. Another risk factor is unprotected sex. Out of over 500,000 men who have sex with men in Colombia, only about 17% reported to use condoms. Other risk factors that are associated with men who have sex with men contracting HIV are a higher number of sex partners, use of intravenous drugs, and use of drugs before sex. Additionally, being uncircumcised increases the risk of transmission. In our intervention, we chose to target inconsistent or inefficient condom use. Among these factors, it is easiest to change, most actionable, and has the most direct association to HIV transmission. Thus, it is most suitable for targeting the health goal of reducing HIV prevalence by 5% among men who have sex with men in Bogota, Colombia. In the third phase of the Precede-Proceed model, we assess the factors that predispose, reinforce, and enable the health behavior of unprotected sex. Various studies have researched the determinants of this health behavior. We can divide these up into 3 main categories: behavioral, environmental, and personal. The following behavioral determinants were associated with having unprotected sex: substance use, either alcohol or drugs, having a stable relationship, men who have sex with men disclosure, having multiple partners, transactional sex activities or sex work, receiving antiretroviral therapy, and having an HIV-positive stable partner. Environmentally, low availability of condoms, stigma surrounding condom use, and gay discrimination are determinants of unprotected sex among men who have sex with men. Lastly, low condom use self-efficacy, lack of knowledge of condom use and HIV infection, and reluctance to use condoms are personal determinants of unprotected sex among men who have sex with men. Overall, studies repeatedly reported 3 determinants that significantly increase the odds of having unprotected sex, namely substance use of alcohol and drugs, having a stable relationship, and low condom use self-efficacy. Due to the complexity of the determinant substance use and the correlation between having unprotected sex in a stable relationship and a lack of HIV testing, we decided to aim with our intervention on the determinant low condom use self-efficacy. In the last step, we developed an intervention targeting low condom use self-efficacy among men who have sex with men in Bogota, Colombia. The aim of the intervention is to increase condom use among men who have sex with men in Bogota, Colombia by 8% within 2 years of the intervention, going from 17% to 25%. This will be measured with a survey following up the UN/AIDS survey of 2017. The increased condom use will reduce HIV transmission and thus target the health goal of reducing HIV prevalence among men who have sex with men in Bogota, Colombia by 5% within 5 years. It also carries additional benefits of preventing other STIs. The intervention is developed using the theory of planned behavior and the health belief model. It consists of the 3 strategies: modeling, guided practice, and planning coping responses. In 2 ways, the intervention will focus on how to use condoms properly, as well as how and why to buy and carry a condom. The first part of the intervention consists of an online and print advertisement campaign using the modeling strategy. The target group will be reached through online social media and will encounter printed ads in different venues. The online modeling strategy will target men who have sex with men through advertisements on the social media platforms Facebook, Grindr, and Hornet. Facebook has the largest market share in South America, and dating apps Grindr and Hornet are specifically targeted to the risk group. Prior social media-based safer sex interventions have proven to be effective. The advertisement will entail videos of famous people well known in the men who have sex with men scene, as well as similar others, to talk about how to use a condom and how and why to buy and carry a condom. In addition, print and video advertisements in dance club will target inconsistent and inefficient condom use. A specific focus will be put on LGBTQ+ dance clubs where many men who have sex with men meet. The advertisement will be placed and projected in bathrooms and will show a demonstration on how to use a condom, as well as how and why to buy and carry a condom. The second part of the intervention consists of guided practice and planning coping responses through interactive workshops and group counseling sessions. During these workshops, the target group will be shown how to use a condom and how and why to buy and carry a condom. Then, the target group will have the opportunity to try to use a condom, where feedback will be provided. The group counseling sessions are aimed at helping the target group with identifying potential barriers of condom use and practicing ways to overcome these. These workshops and group counseling sessions will be held by professional nurses and social workers at LGBTQ+ centers, community centers, HIV testing centers, and schools. Thank you for your attention. The following literature was used for the development of the intervention.